Assalamu alaikum guys, I'm back with another video and today I will be telling you about two types of scripting. One is client side scripting and other is server side. People often get confused among these two. So what is client side scripting? Okay, so all websites usually run on three components, namely the server, the client and the database. To view a website, an individual has to use a browser. This browser can be termed as a client. The client can use different technologies like your mobile phones, laptops, computers, tablets, etc. to view the websites. Here the client side scripting is being used and processed. The client side scripting is performed by a browser. Okay, keep this in your mind. The server, however, be at any remote place around the globe. The server can run backend architecture of a website, process requests, send pages to the browser and so on. Server-side scripting is usually done by a web server. The main task of the script is to extract the correct data from the database and use it for the project. Server-side scripting usually happens on the back end of a website. The user does not get access to view what happens here. A server-side scripting creates a path for the website to the database and all the behind-the-scene work which organizes and runs a website. In server-side scripting, the responses can be customized solely based on the requirement of the user. Okay, so these are the mainly difference between the client-side scripting and server-side scripting. So today I will be telling you what are client-side scripting in Servicenow. In Servicenow, it is UI policy, client script, and UI action. Whereas server-side scripting are business rules, workflows, UI action as well. Script include scheduled jobs. Okay, so today I will be showing you about the types of client scripts and server side in my instance. So, okay, my instance was asleep. Okay, now it is back. This is very helpful for everyone who wants to learn Servicenow, because if you will not get the difference among these two, between these two, then I don't think so that you will ever understand where to use your client script and where to use your server script. Starting with the UI policies, let's check in one of these table. This is the user table, out of the box table in Servicenow, where all the user resides here. Okay, so I'm starting with the UI policies. Oops, there is no UI policy here. There is another table known as incident, where if any incident is raised, then it gets created here. Just checking whether any UI policy is there or not. Okay, so there is some UI policy available here. Let's go with this one. Fields set to mandatory for all states. So this will work on the form layout, on the form, on the table, means it will be working here. Sorry, it is of incident, right? If you want to open in another tab, then you have to give caps list. So this field set to mandatory for all states is working in this form, this one. Okay, let's see what are the fields which are getting mandatory. There are two fields, short description and caller ID. Okay, let's see with the short description. Yep, over here if you see, short description and caller ID both are mandatory field. Okay, let's do one thing. We will just turn this off in activating this and saving. We will see what will happen. There is no mandatory now. This caller and short description is not mandatory. So this is how UI policy work. UI policy always work on load. Okay, when your page is getting loaded, then only it gets run. But there is another option. If by default it is on load, but if you are unchecking the box of on load, then it becomes on change. So I will show you. See here, on load is true. If you make this false, then it becomes on change by default. So you have to give one more field name on which this whole UI policy will work. Okay, I will show you one. There is one scripting as well, run script, where you can write your own script and run. Okay, so there are types: desktop, mobile server or service portal, all. If you are clicking on all, it is by default mobile or service portal and desktop. So it is currently desktop. I'm not writing any script currently. Okay, so this is UI policy, and order is very important because it depends on what order your UI policy is running. Whether it is on load or whether it is on change, it depends on your order as well. So sometimes it happens that too many of client scripts make your script and make your target very complex. So it is better to use either one of them. Either you use UI policy or you use client script, because both work in the similar way, but client script is faster than UI policy. We use mainly client script, but for making fields mandatory or read only, we mainly use UI policy. Okay, so it depends on you which one are you selecting for your target to achieve. So this is what it is, UI policy. I think so there will be some client scripts available already. I will just tell you give you a brief description on client scripts. There are some types which you can use while practicing. This one is false, active false. Still, I'll just tell you what are the types of client scripts. There are 4: on submit, on load, on change, and on cell edit. Starting with on submit. On submit is when you are just submitting something, submitting your record or anything. So on submit is the one. On load, it works the same way the UI policy is running. On change, if you click on this, then it will ask you to give the field name. On which field, after that field value gets changed, then only this client script will run. It works like this. And what is on cell edit? On cell edit, it runs when the list editor changes the cell value. Okay, what is list? List edit allow users to update records rows from a list. So it works like that. Means if you want to update any record, then this on cell edit works. Any cell gets updated, then it works. So this is client scripts and its type. Just giving you a brief idea. When I will be working, I will upload the video on our assignments. Then you will have a clear concept on every type, because I will be giving you an example of each type in client scripts, business rules, UI policies, everything, so that you can learn and grow. Okay, client scripts are done. UI action is my last client script. Okay, UI action is the only type of scripting which resides in both UI client script as well as server script, server side scripting. Because you have this, they have one option as client callable. Okay, so we can use that false, then it will work as server side scripting. So what is UI action? UI action, it work this button, these are all UI action. There are form links, there are some styles if you want to add banner button, bottom button, list context menu, list choice, list link. There are some styles. Okay, so this is UI action. I'm not discussing about the script. There is some condition on the basis of which this UI action will get run, and when you are clicking that button, then this on click will run. This function you will call, this function is present here. That's it about UI action. Now going to the business server side scripting. First is your business rules. So business rule is one of the finest server scripting in Servicenow. It is faster than workflow as well, if you guys work in Servicenow. Then okay, so what are the types of business rule? There are 3 types, 4: before, after, async, and display. What is before? Before inserting or updating in this particular table, this business rule will run. After means after inserting or updating in this table, this business rule will run. What is display? Display means if you want to display this, whatever message you want, when the record is open, the display message will be shown. and at that particular time this business rule will run. Okay. And the last but not the least, what is async business rule, async type? So async is not important, but uh, it it means when field on the business rule form indicates whether the business rule script runs before or after the current object is saved to the database. Async business rule allows Servicenow to return control to the user sooner but may take longer to update related objects. So this is async. So this is it. We don't mainly use async because that doesn't work well. It depends on your criteria and your objective, your target. So this is business rule. I've already shown you UI action, so I don't think so I have to show it again. I will work on the workflow. What is workflow? This is very important. Just opening any one of these so I can give you a better example and show you how this workflow works. First of all, this workflow has some properties and conditions which you can set. The conditions in which this workflow will run, and a table, obviously, in which table it will run. Okay, here you can see that there is a condition. So condition is mainly when the workflow will run, as it over here it is mentioned that it will run always, so it will run always. Whenever this condition meet in the table, type is emergency, then this workflow will run. Workflow, what does workflow do? It depends like how many, what it mainly describe the process flow. Okay, flow of the target, whatever target you want to achieve. There is this flow. For example, from here it is beginning, so first it will wait over here, and after waiting for some time is mentioned inside. I will just show you. So okay, when state is this one, like state is mentioned, condition is given, after that time it will run. So from here it will go to approval request. When it gets requested, then it will go to change approval policy, or it will come here and it will hold on for authorization. From here it will go here. If it does not get approved, then it will get disregard from here. Then if it will check whether if change is on hold or not. If yes, then wait. If no, means your change is not on hold, then it will approve. It will move to scheduled and blah blah. So this is the whole flow. From here you can trigger the notification where you will send the email to the approvers or your approval to the person whom you want to. So from workflow you can do everything. This is just an example, guys, giving you a brief idea. Okay, so moving on to the next one. Script include where we mainly write the functions and we call it using workflow, using your schedule jobs or something. Showing you an example. So see here, this is the way how script include works. It will define this function prototype, and under this you will make another function where this function will get called either using your business rule or your background script or your jobs, schedule jobs. Script include is callable. You can call from your client side also. I will tell you how. So it is a part of scripting, means I have to tell you about the glide ajax, glide record. When that video will come, then you will get to know. But yes, we can call the server side scripting from client side, but vice versa is not done. Only from client you can call server side. Last but not the least, schedule job for that, because it will work timely. If you want to work it daily, weekly, monthly, periodically, or on demand, then you can run this. There is some conditions. If you want, you can give the condition, you can give the script. You can either write in the script include and call it from here, as I have told you. And okay, this one is not active. There is always a person defined, like who will execute the job. Okay, if it is on demand. So over here it is daily. If you click on demand and you save, whenever you create new, then they will ask like who is the person you want to execute this job. If you want to select anyone, like if you want to select your own name as you are the admin, then you can run that job. Or many of us don't select any person, because there are some types of schedule jobs as well. There are 3 types. Automated the generation distributions of a report, automatically generate something, and automatically run script of your choosing. So we basically use this one. This is the schedule job part. That's it for today. I think so I have covered everything. If you have any questions, you can ask me in my comments. You can ask me, or you can comment and I will reply you for sure. Okay guys, thank you. Thanks for watching.